Greetings and peace. I hope you and yours are doing well today, wherever you might be watching this from. Now, the Masonic education subject that I wanted to cover for the month of August 2022 is the fact of every Freemason following his own personal path. In life, everyone's path differs in life, and just like how the sun and moon shine at their own respective times, you cannot compare one's pace in life to your own. If somebody achieves something, gets married, or accomplishes some kind of a feat, or earns something, everyone has their own destiny and path written out for them. So you cannot compare where you stand to others, regardless of background. It's all a divine guidance and divine timing, where even in the Masonic path, you're taught to trust God and not fear anything. And that cannot be stressed enough, especially in today's times where there's calamities, stresses, people are worrying about how to take care of their families, etc., etc. So yeah, every person has their own personal path where you have your own epiphanies, your own realizations, when things make sense for you, which for somebody it could make sense today, but for you it could make sense tomorrow or the next day. So you got to pace yourself in thinking. When you walk this Masonic path, you got to realize that it's a journey where each day you're building upon those basically that rough ashlar of yours until you become the perfect ashlar, and chip away at your imperfections in the terms of thinking better, knowing better, doing better, and combine all of that together in your life, right? So I'm somebody is the first person in my family to join the Brotherhood. I've entered it. I went through all of my stuff. I left it, rejoined again in another country, experienced that from a different jurisdiction, came back to America. So my journey is not like your average Mason's journey who joins a lodge and then stays in a lodge, and okay, after being raised, they come to a meeting here and there and they just pay their dues and maintain their membership. So my path is different in terms of what I did with this channel, with my speaking engagements with other Masons and lodges, and what I've done in terms of my other endeavors, experiencing Freemasonry on a global level in other countries, other jurisdictions. So my path is my own to follow. Others might have their own specific path. There are others who get involved in esoteric only bodies, and that's that. There are others who stick with the local Blue Lodge, or what we know as craft masonry, and just revolve their journey around there. Because even in that foundation of Blue Lodge and craft masonry alone, it's a lifetime of learning. Most people, they get raised and they jump to other appendant bodies. Oh, I'm a Shriner now, I'm a 32nd now, and feel good and feel important. But did you learn the lessons of the first 3 degrees in comprehension, which itself takes a whole lifetime to fully comprehend with the things that you go through in your life? So again, everyone's path is different. There are many different realizations that others have, but the most beautiful thing that I know about this journey is do not be in a rush. Never be in a rush. Take it slowly and honor it. Honor the lessons, the epiphanies, the things that you learn, and all the things that you're meant to do, people that you're meant to see, places that you're meant to go. It indeed is a beautiful journey, and it does make you a better man. And it helps you open that connection up in your heart, where basically being a Freemason has brought me closer to God in terms of my own Sufi path that I follow, my spiritual practices, other endeavors, which kind of open up for you after you begin that path of initiation. So everyone has their own specific journey that they follow. A friend of mine that I spoke to, a brother Mason, also told me that being a Mason made me a better husband, a better associate to my fellows, right? Made me a better church member. I'm attending church regularly. Now that's his own personal journey. With me, I've gotten more deeper involved in my Islamic practices. So everyone has their path in terms of how they're trying to find that one divine truth, which is Almighty God, and it's expressed in many different cultures and patterns and all different forms of things which are supposed to be celebrated, not condemned. And the beauty of the Masonic Brotherhood is that it unites men of all backgrounds who would otherwise remain at perpetual distances. But the beauty of Masonry is that it brings everyone together. And we learn the aspect of what the world is missing right now, which is brotherly love, relief, and truth. And where a Muslim, a Jew, a Christian could sit down on the table of brotherhood and break bread together. And we need that in today's world. Again, we come to that realization is that in your life and in your road, what are you really trying to accomplish? What are you trying to get out of your life? And even in the Masonic path, that's what keeps a Mason in the long run is you have to find a niche. Find something that you're good at. What is it that you're good at? Because every Mason has their own talent. One could have good memory skills. He could probably find his niche being a lodge officer, and that would serve him. And he will not only help himself, but help his lodge and others as well, because he has the capacity to memorize and do the work and things like that, right? While you have others that are good at education, you'll have others that are good at something else. So it's one machinery, and everyone's is like its own cogwheel that's spinning in the grand machine. So you have to find a talent or a niche that keeps your love of the craft alive within yourself and be able to serve self and others. So with me, I was able to continue that spark or continue that interest with the education stuff and doing the lectures on different religions and philosophies and going from there. So it's just like if you have a relationship or a marriage, and after a certain amount of years, things kind of get come to a stalemate or become boring and routine. So you have to find different ways to keep the spark going. So with Freemasonry, when one is on his journey, you have to follow the same aspect, right? You have to follow that same respect and same aspect is, okay, what am I good at? And what talent do I have that can not only help me, but help other brothers as well, and be able to teach them, and they can learn from me, I can learn from them. And that's what it really comes down to. You have to walk that road, and you just have to be able to adapt at each given situation to know, okay, this is my personal path. And everyone has their own perception, while there are others that think, oh, okay, this person's not coming to lodge that much. Okay, what is this person doing? So everyone has their own circumstances, life, responsibilities. You got to remember also that this is a volunteer organization. So everyone has to handle it at their own pace, right? Because people have bills, responsibilities, families, etc. And I remember one guy that I was interacting with online, and this was not too long ago, as a matter of fact. And he was saying that there's a difference between internet Masons and lodge Masons, those that are actually doing the work. Okay, so I was in a position, like in the first lodge that I joined, not my current one, where I did serve for over 2.5 years. Perfect attendance, perfect everything. But at the end, it didn't get me anything besides the troubles that I had to deal with of bigotry and hatred and the other things which I had to confront. So I was able to address those lessons and tools that were given to me and on another platform. So yeah, everyone has their own path to follow. Some people are thinking, oh, you can only make the change while you're in the lodge room. You can make the change in other endeavors as well. If you're online using these platforms that have a high reach to spread the good message of Masonry, to not only change Masonry from within, but around the world as well, and impact brothers and be able to spread that message and tell people, practice what you preach. So that's what we must aim towards. And again, don't let anybody tell you, why are you doing things this way or why are you doing things that way? Sit down and analyze, why did I join? What did I want to gain out of it? How's it going to help me? How am I going to be able to help others? And that's when you come to that realization and epiphany that it's my road. I have to walk it alone in a manner that is beneficial to me and others, and which does not infringe upon my mental peace, financial peace, and other forms of peace in any way, shape, or form. Because others They also make the mistake of joining, and they join all the other bodies, and they get too clogged up financially, mentally, emotionally. Then they get burned out, and then they go away. So you want to handle things at your own pace, at your own leisure, and one that will benefit you the most. And that's the beauty of the Masonic journey, is that everyone can handle it their own way. So again, it's your road, yours to walk it alone, and I hope you benefited from this message. I wish you a great month of August ahead. Thank you.